Alright guys, so we got round 2 pairings here at the Dragon's Maze pre-release, day 2 pre-release at Lost Legion Games and Comics. Again, I apologize for the background noise, as Sunday is the role-playing day, and the broom closet is
in the thick of it.
Yeah, it's located right back here in the store where the guys like to play, so we are going to have to fight through that background noise a little bit. But, again, if your comic book store is full of people on Sunday, then you can't be too upset about that. Oh, let's talk about our matchup here. On the left, we got Yen-shyang. We watched him build his deck during the deck building portion today, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can go back and watch deck building and see. He chose Orzhov and ended up with Golgari as his allied color, so he is playing a junk deck. A lot of Extort, actually, as long as the other big hitters were Golgari Guildmage, or what's it called? What's the green-black Guildmage really called? Khrazda Guildmage and an Abrupt Decay. And then Brett Rose is Esper, choosing Azorius and getting Dimir.
That's really good.
And I don't know anything about his deck, so we'll have to be extra diligent on our card looking up, because I'm not sure what they all do. But Yin winning the game of rock, paper, scissors, and he leads off with the swamp. And then Brett with, oh man, these new Art Guild Gates are gonna, is that the black-white one?
Godless Shrine Guild Gate.
Okay. Godless Guild Gate.
Even with the turn 2 Priest of Penance.
I didn't even see that in his pool. How bad are we at? I guess here's what happened. We were just so obsessed with Dave Snow's deck that we missed that. And then Brett plays that. Is it the
Concordia Pegasus?
It's just a 2/1 flyer.
1/3 flyer. That must come in the guild pack.
And then we see the Krasis out of Yen. I don't remember its exact name, but it is a 2/1 evolve
with trample.
And that High Priest of Penance guy basically says,
can't block
unblockable.
Death touch. Basically says
even better than Death touch. Sacrifice your best permanent. So Brett adds to his board with a dude.
Still has no blue.
What is that guy?
I'm looking it up.
He gets a counter to flying.
It's a 1/2 Flying Unleash. Rakdos Drake. Yin showing that he doesn't give a crap that Brett left up his creature that can't block. And plays another 2/1 trample. Is attacking whenever your opponent can't block good?
The reason that he played another one of those 2/1 trample guys is because he has 4 of them in this deck.
Yep. Brett found some blue mana.
And that is the card that turns...
Mating Ground.
Yeah.
I hate that. I mean, I don't think that is a good card.
No, it's not. It's basically a Spreading Seas effect. You can use it to Stone Rain your opponent, and in this spot, despite the fact, Brett's way behind, but at least, well, the fact that Yen immediately drew another Plains is better. But the reason Spreading Seas was a great card was because it was a cantrip.
Right.
This one, doesn't it, like, do 2 damage if it's tapped or something?
Yes.
So
whenever you tap it for mana, it does 2 damage.
You're just not going to tap it, and you're only going to... You get the choice. And
or you're going to win the game whenever you have 2 life left.
Giving your opponent a choice is never good. So he's going to play... is that Toil and Trouble? Which is the... Looks like he's casting the Toil side of it, which is basically a... Sign of Blood. Now we see the problem with Yen's deck in that it's hard to evolve the Evolve guys when all of the Evolve guys are followed up by another copy of the same Evolve guy.
Yeah. And this must be...
What is that removal spell?
What did he cast away?
Is it Dramatic Rescue?
Yes, that is Dramatic Rescue.
So he just bounced. So just gain a little bit of tempo here. Again, I apologize for not having all these cards, but they did just come out. I assume that's a can't block kind of thing?
That is Sinister Possession. Whenever an enchanted creature attacks or blocks, its controller loses 2 life.
So Brett's playing these weird cards that allow Yen the option to kill himself. Of course, after serving in on the attack, Yen casting Beckon Apparition, removing the Dramatic Rescue from Brett's graveyard, and chump blocking the Pegasus. Yeah, but Sealed is definitely one of those things where sometimes you're just short playables, and
Right.
you have to play something. And a surprise move by Yen, replaying the Croconara, or not the Croconara, the Krasis that we saw bounce last turn. And he's going to serve in and lose the life. So getting aggressive here with his attacks.
I don't know if you know this, but Brett also loses life whenever he attacks.
Yes, the old-fashioned way.
Yes. So Yen loses 2 life to...
Oh, but that's a stab wound.
Play a stab wound. I didn't see that he got that.
Yeah, so we missed some pretty big bombs here in the Yen
So
deck.
now this 2/3 flyer can't attack because it deals 0 damage, and it can't block because it's unleashed. So there's no way for Brett to bounce that stab wound off of it.
I mean, we already saw him play his Dramatic Rescue, so which would be a great answer in that spot. But
Yeah.
It's that guy.
Is that 4 mana?
Yep.
Oops, Gatekeepers. If you control 2 or more gates, the creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn.
Those Gatekeepers are all awful. At least I'm not speaking in definites, right?
Right. I mean, I don't even think it's playable even if you have like 5 gates in your deck.
I don't think any of them have... Well, there's one of them that's like a Threaten. The red one's a Threaten. Is that Grizzly Spectacle?
And I'm on like 5 seconds delay over here. Give me a chance. Yes, that is the Grizzly Spectacle.
Yep. So Grizzly Spectacle taking out the blocker. He's going to serve in with 5 power. He's going to knock himself down to 6 while knocking Brett to 5. Yen's slowly but surely here.
This is exactly what I talked about. Like, Yen's going to win this game with 2 life.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Brett didn't want to... I'm sure he didn't open that contaminated ground and was like, yes, this is what I wanted. But replays another Gatekeeper guy. Attack for 1.
No, he's not even going to do that because he needs the blocker. He's effectively at 1 now. If Yen can deal 1 damage to him this turn, he loses.
Which he can, because he has 3 attackers, right?
Right.
Because the stab wound... Oh, the stab wound guy can block, right?
No, it's unleashed.
Oh, that's an unleash. I didn't realize that was an unleashed creature. So he's going to trade with the Krasis. He's going to block the High Priest. It's going to go all the way down to 1 and then loose the stab wound trigger on his upkeep.
Nope, doesn't even do that. Yen burns him out.
What was it?
The other half of that draw 2 silent block card.
Trouble?
Yep.
He Stormseekers him for the rub-ins.
Yep.
So the junk deck of Yen-shyang getting it done. And what's funny there is we didn't really even see...
Yen's deck performed that well.
No, it was just that Brett's deck just didn't matter. Brett's deck was 1 threat away from that game being very different.
Right, or 1 blocker.
Yeah, he had a pretty dominant, well, not dominant board state, but he had a lot of answers. He just couldn't put anything on the board that was a threat enough that Yen couldn't just tap his stuff that dealt damage.
Right.
You know, I mean, Yen dealt himself at least 8 damage that game. Which I try to shy away from, dealing myself damage, but sometimes you gotta.
I think all the damage dealt to Yen in that game was from Yen. I think the Pegasus got in there for like 1, and then Yen dealt the rest down to 4.
I think he got in with the Unleashed guy a couple times too, but I think you're right. I think half of it. I think Brett may have gotten Yen to 16, and then Yen did the rest of the work himself.
Yeah.
That High Priest is a very interesting card. When I saw that spoiled in the in Gate Crash, I was very curious as to see whether it would show up in like control decks. It's kind of just like it's like a really good wall.
Yeah.
But it hasn't. Which means it's probably not as good as I think it is. But also, no one plays actual control. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's probably not better than Azorius Charm because Azorius Charm you can cycle and Lifelink is relevant at some points. But
yeah.
So
if it cost 1, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. So Brett on the play this game, having lost game 1, he's going to play Plains at an Island. Then Yen's going to offer up the Guild Mage. You can see him debating it, whether or not he wanted to run that out first, and because it has so much late game value. But I don't know. I think if anything from game 1 showed you that.
I think Brett has kill spells.
I think Yen's fine with just pounding in. Of course, Yen also has that Crisis in his hand. The Crisis as a 2-1 for 3 is not very good. No. He played 2 of them last game for for no Evolve. Of course, that's probably just draw dependent, but.
So we see Brett has 2 Guild Gates. He showed the black-white one last game and the blue-black one this game. If he can get another one, those
what are those ogre
gate creatures are still going to be crappy.
What does it even do again?
Gives it creature -2/-2 on turn.
Well, that's actually pretty good.
Like it'll kill this board, but
it's fine and limited.
But it also requires him to, like, there might be a point in this game where Brett has to decide whether to play that creature or wait till he finds another gate.
Yeah. They are not very good as just dudes.
Azorius Keyrune.
Azorius Keyrune, and then tapping it in this last land for...
I only got a foil of Azorius Keyrune.
What is that enchantment? Brett's on the all-enchantment plan? He's playing Esper enchantments?
I'm going to go look it up and then go back to the chat, and they'll have it spoiled for me like 20 times. That must be... I don't know.
Well, whatever it is, it does nothing to...
I'm going to go look and see what that is.
Okay. So Garrett is going to use the manual strategy of figuring out what that card is.
Yeah. Soul Tie from Return to Ravnica.
Okay. What does it do?
At the beginning of the upkeep, you have to pay its converted mana cost.
Oh.
Or sacrifice it.
Alright. Seems playable.
Yep.
Brett tapping low here.
Yep, it's Soul Tie.
Leaving up a blue. Nope, leaving up both.
Brett just likes tapping his lands.
So he's going to cast both sides. Is that far and away?
Bounce creature and then second creature?
Yep.
Oh, seems really bad. Follow up Soul Tie.
Yep. I mean, I guess you got the tempo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're still going to make him sack his Guild Mage.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't... I mean, that's not a great play sequencing-wise, but obviously Brett had just drawn the far and away.
Yeah.
And it's not like he got nothing out of that Soul Tithe. He did get Yen to potentially...
Fog him for a turn.
Fog for a turn, yeah. Which is not what you... It's not what you put it in the deck for, but it's not like he immediately... it's not like he put an Armadillo Cloak on something and then bolted it in the next turn.
Right, and it could also be that he realized that instead of paying the upkeep cost, like he could just sacrifice it.
Yeah.
Get some tokens out of it.
Oh, with the
Guild Mage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he could have. Oh! That's a rare. Detention Sphere on the Croconara.
This show for me.
How good would it have been if Yen had like multiple.
Abrupt case?
Well, I keep calling that thing a Croconara, but it's not. It's like something Crasis.
Yeah.
Hammerhead Crasis is what it looks like in the art. But,
Green Crasis.
so Yen is stuck here on 3 lands in his signature Yen pile of lands.
Brett down to 2 cards in hand, but has had an answer for everything and can still start serving him with the key rune.
He's going to cast Beckon Apparition. Look for a spirit.
Is that a Start City Game Soldier token?
Yeah, do you need it?
No, I'm impressed though.
Yeah, you can't decide which token he wants. There are spirits in there, I guarantee you.
Oh, it has to be a black-white spirit.
Give me a break.
From back in Apparition. You choose Thalia.
And then,
Brett's follow play is Teysa.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Brett's going to rare him to death over here.
Teysa is a 5/7 protection from creatures. If a creature deals combat damage to you, destroy it, and you get a 1/1 spirit.
Yeah, and you get the spirit.
Yeah.
Like,
not
them. So Yen's going to be digging for a 4th land in a Grizzly Spectacle here. We found the land. Unfortunately, it's one that comes into play.
Yen also has Renounce the Guilds. The 2 mana, each player sacrifices a multicolored permanent, which I think in this situation, Brett would just sacrifice a Detention Sphere.
You can have that crappy bear back. I'll have this card you can't beat. Is that Paranoid Delusions?
Matthias, I'm pretty sure Teysa's a 5/7.
You can look it up. Do the MTG bot.
No, that's discard 2, draw 2, or mill 2, draw 2.
Oh, is that a new card?
Yeah. Yeah, Teysa's a 4/4. I thought she was a 5/7 for some reason.
Amira is a 5/7.
My bad, guys. I'll try not to make any more mistakes.
Garrett, you are for here and forever banned from.
Oh, Brett got a second gate.
And he cast this thing, this blue-white flyer. Abrupt Decay! Abrupt Decay on the key rune. Did he leave the Teysa back to block, or what?
Is that a Vassal Soul? The
Yeah.
3/1 unblockable, or 2/1 unblockable?
Stab wound.
It's a good way to deal with Teysa.
This limited format is really weird because it's...
Doesn't Teysa already have stab wounds? Isn't this like a flavor fail?
Well, yeah, Teysa in herself is a flavor fail because I believe the character is like crippled, but she's a 4/4. So she can beat...
We talked about this.
She can beat a hill giant.
She beats Thragtusk.
They're going around on a jazzy and just like wrecking house. So we're just stacking as many enchantments on one creature as we can. A sub-game has developed. What does that thing do?
Oh, that must be the 2/2 flyer, not the...
Do you know what's going on with this blue card that Brett just played?
No.
Look that one up.
I think that's Last Thoughts. I think that's the draw card, Cypher.
Oh.
And then he plays his 2/3 Unleash guy.
Then Yen follows up with Syndic of Ties. Not Syndic of Ties, but the black...
Balustrade Spy?
No, it's the Black Syndic. It's the Black Extort card. So
the
Brett,
2/3 Rogue.
Brett's got a lot of mana here. It's going to be pretty impressive Sphinx's Revelation. I guess he's already used his rare on B-Sphere, right?
I don't know. Like we saw opposite that last game. Last match. We see 6 mana.
7. Sepulchral Primordial? Good grief. So he's going to be able to raise dead from Yen's graveyard, so probably get back the Guild Mage, right?
It's Guild Mage or the 2/1 Evolve guy. Might even be better. Oh no, the permanent guy.
The what?
To blow up a permanent.
High Priest Apprentice?
Was that already in the
No,
graveyard?
that was last game. And there was actually a lot of discussion about on Twitter as we see Brett take down Game 2 here and pull even. about how since Dragon's Maze makes the format much slower, like, can you take a Primordial very early, whereas, like, you couldn't in Gate Crash Limited? And all the pros, including LSV, who already has he already has a propensity for 7 drops anyway, but he said, yeah, I mean, you can afford to do that now. Those Primordials are all just really good.
I don't know if I trust his limited opinion.
Yeah, what's he ever done? So, Sepulchral, so here are the cards that Brett used to win that game. Key Rune, Detention Sphere, Sepulchral Primordial, and Teysa. Oh wait, that's not Teysa, it's, is it Teysa?
Yeah.
Is that a second printing of her?
Yes.
Okay. I just now put that together. The older one was Teysa, Orzhov, what? Scion. And this is Teysa, Girl in a Chair.
Envoy of Ghosts.
Envoy of Ghosts.
Envoy of Spooky Ghosts.
These maze runners are all just complete poop.
Yep.
My favorite is the guy. The Legion guy from Boros. Because like the maze thematic is you have to pick one guy, and he has battalion. Like they screwed up so hard with all these, and I know they don't give a hot mess. They recently eliminated the creative director's position from Wizards. They just have no guy now who manages the storyline. But like, come on, man! Like just. It's like the Boros Maze Runner. When he comes into play, put 3 1/1 soldier tokens into play that also run the maze. Cheat tokens into play.
Right.
So
the flavor should be put 3 1/1 tokens into play, but they don't get to run the maze.
Yeah. They just cheer them on.
Put 3 1/1 tokens into play and another
Here's a question, and if you know this in the chat, or if you're watching on YouTube after the fact and happen to know the answer, is there anywhere in Creative, have they revealed who wins the maze thing? Has that been revealed in terms of like Magic Canon or?
I have no idea.
I know you
Mainly
know,
because
but
I don't care.
I know. Well, I knew that you didn't care, but I thought maybe you had. If it had shown up somewhere on some website, maybe you would have seen. Well, we can leave that discussion for another day.
Yen has a planes this game. Should go much better for him. Brett's showing off his 3rd Guildgate.
He's all Guildgates all time. Which, like we said, with the slower format, and especially in Brett's more controlling Esper deck, he can afford to do that.
Brett contemplating miracling his planes.
And he plays a guy. It's a something.
Yeah, I'm going to go look it up.
Oh, it's a Defender. It's the Defender.
And please, everyone in the chat while I'm looking it up, say something. A 0-5 Defender.
How many people beat you to it? Oh, this one.
Just Troy. Good job, Troy. Keep up the good work.
And Nothing Face in the chat saying he just got his rock, paper, scissors cards in the mail yesterday. And not sure who Nothing Face is. Here's the problem. A lot of people have a lot of different names on a lot of different things, and so I don't know who they correspond to.
Right.
So that could have been...
Well, Brett has played a Guild Mage, and Yen played the 2-1 Trample Evolve, and it got the enchant that loses 2 life whenever you attack or block.
It's Eric Heft.
Gotcha. Guild Mage is pretty good, because it has 5 mana Detain.
Yeah, Guild Mage is good because at some point later in the game you can just give your entire team flying and just swing in for the win. That card's amazing. So we have a Crace. I'm going to call that thing Croconaur every time.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm awful?
You are awful.
And there we see a creature.
That's a...
Followed by a creature. That was the angry dog.
The dog that Battalion's lifelink.
Yes.
And
then the other one I do not know. It's a Golgari card. And we are evolving the
Quick, guys, I'm looking something up. Type it in the chat.
I know it's very poor production value to not be as familiar with these cards as they should be, But this week, there's multiple times where I was like, man, I should study up into this thing so I can do a better job on the. Oh, you missed it. He just played the gate guy with 2 gates out.
Oh snap! So it worked.
Taking out the card you're looking up. Yeah.
It was 3 mana. Oh well.
It was a creature.
It was a creature. Now it's dead.
Yep. And now we see the Guardian of the Gateless, right? 3/3 flyer with abilities.
Oh, that had to have been the 2/1 extort guy with lifelink. So the Gateless, I don't know how I feel about that.
It's very expensive. So we've got the Crisis evolved now up to a 4/3. Of course, it does have that enchantment on it, which makes it cost mana to
Soul Tithe on that dude.
Mm-hmm. So Yen's going to have to pay 5 during his upkeep every turn, or get rid of his flyer.
You can't abrupt decay it.
I think he just drew Abrupt Decay. He did draw Abrupt Decay. He doesn't have a black mana, does he?
No, yeah, which makes
Oh, no, he has a gate.
Well, it's black-green.
No, but I mean next turn I was thinking. Brett's going to Demir Charm the Angry Dog. It's just an angry dog, man. I don't know what it is. But here's the problem with Brett's deck. He has like so many answers, and he does have those 2 like high-end bombs, but like he has like getting there is just the worst. You know what I mean? Like the cards that he currently has on board right now are awful, except for the Guild Mage, which is really only good if he has other threats on board. You know?
Alex, the dog gets lifelink because it eats you.
Was there a thematic question in the chat about why an angry dog gets lifelink?
I got to cover that.
Because when the dog consumes you. So Yen's got some choices here. He has his abrupt mana up. He can abrupt either of Brett's enchantments, which he can do at instant speed as a potential combat trick. He can also abrupt the Guild Mage, which is what he ends up doing. And he's just going to pass back. Brett down to 2 cards. He's going to play that stupid horse. The 1/3 flyer.
The 1/3 flyer, which means he can't detain Yen's Guardian this turn.
Yen's just going to put the appropriate mana under his guy. And he's going to play Syndicatize, which will help him, pull away.
Which is bad whenever he's taxed on mana like this.
Yeah, it's also relatively worse on turn 1,000,000 when you only have 2 cards in your hand as well.
Right.
Brett draws some more business though. Key rune. That's the other key rune. He has both key runes, doesn't he? He has Azorius and Demir key rune.
Yep.
The Demir key rune is very good in this spot.
Feature unblockable.
With the board crowded like it is. You see that Yen is proudly displaying that he was Avacyn Restored Champion, but Brett not displaying that he was also Avacyn Restored Champion.
Well, Brett has an angel, but
Ione is a much better angel.
I don't know, can't beat Avacyn.
Yeah, you can. You just play it, and then they say white.
What if Avacyn's already in play, though?
That never happens. I got the Avacyn in my old Anima deck. Here comes Primordial. Boom.
Or Teysa.
Getcha.
Yeah, Primordial.
Getcha. With my guy. 5/5 intimidates as well. That's the other thing that's really good about it.
Oh, man. So now he's going to be able to swing first.
Oh, so there's an interesting interaction.
Beckon Apparition.
Beckon Apparition in response to the target.
Yeah.
So at least gets...
counters that.
Just makes it a dude then. Which I believe Primordial is a 5/5 intimidate.
Yen showing that. Oh. He wanted to rearrange his mana for something. I guess for more extort possibilities.
Well, the good news is about that Beacon Apparition token is that he's going to be able to block the Primordial for a turn. But then after that, it's just going to be a slow death, right? It's a 4-turn clock until he finds Grizzly Spectacle.
Yeah.
And then Brett can just sit back on his pile of garbage creatures.
Brett's so bored of this game now.
He's just texting. OMG, can't believe this guy. Won't concede to my Primordial. Noob.
You just pay 2 to draw 2.
Yep. The Soul Tithe is doing a lot of work. Brett Hellbent, except for the card he just drew.
So it's Hellbent +1? Mm-hmm. Start using that.
Well, I started to say it right as I noticed he was drawing.
Anyway, the key rune.
Yep. So, as expected, Yen's going to chump out the Primordial with his Beacon Apparition token and just dig to his Ghastly Demise. Well, he does have the mana now to cast it, should he draw it. What are the other cards in his hand here? The black Extort Bear. Is that guy 3/2? The black Syndic? I don't know. Cannot make out what cards are in Yen's hand.
Yeah, so many questions to answer right now that I just don't seem to be able to come out of this. 4 mana for Krasis with Extort. That's his answer to the key rune. It's just Extort.
He's in a world of hurt here. First thing he needs to do is find his Grizzly Spectacle so he can take out the Primordial.
Right.
And then he hopes that he can erase the key rune. He also needs to do that this turn. You just sack the guy at this point, don't you? Like what?
It's holding back for damage a turn. Yep. He agrees.
He's dead on board unless he draws Spectacle.
And Swamp.
Swamp. He can't Extort. So he's not dead on.
Then it gives him a blocker.
Yeah. Because there's 7 unblockable. Because the key rune is a 2/2, right?
What would you propose that he blocks out? Like the guy with Intimidate or the guy with Unblockable?
What's going on?
Alec asking why he didn't block with the Angel. He was going to sack with it.
Now we're casting another Far and Away. We're going to bounce the Syndic.
Bounce the Syndic in his hand. Because he has flyers too.
Yep. Because 2 damage is getting in for sure.
Well, now 5 damage is getting in if he bounces the...
I don't know what that is at all. Do you know what that does?
Nope.
But he's going to Extort twice. Then resolve the Far and Away.
Riot Control, maybe? Yeah, Riot Control. Prevents all damage, dealt to his creatures this turn, and gains 1 life for each creature your opponent controls.
Okay. So he wasn't gaining life off the Extort, he was gaining life off of the...
Or it was Renounce the Guild. Each player sacrifices a multicolored permanent. Yeah, that's what it was. So he did that in response and then sacrificed his own dude.
So Brett's serving in with everybody. It's going to drop down to 2 here and hope for a miracle.
There's not anything that Yen can draw here that deals with both creatures.
No, he would need Spectacle and another card.
Something double extort or single extort. Crisis extort.
Well, now he can block. He's going to take 2 unblockable. 1 from the flyer, that's 3. And then he can block the other. Yeah, so he survives another turn. But, like, it's just a slow death. Like, the inevitability is coming, right?
Right.
Block there, take 3, drop to 2. Miracle go Gary Guildgate for the loss. And the Esper deck of Brett Rose takes down round 2. He goes up to, I didn't mention, but these guys are both on 2 wins. So, so Brett well in the way here, doing pretty well. Both games Brett won, he casts a Sepulchral Primordial.
Yes.
The game he lost, he didn't.
Yes.
I'll let you draw conclusions from the following, or from that previous statement. Oh, I would like to repeat a comment that Garrett has made in the chat, which I find very funny, which Troy was saying that he likes, which one is it? Deputy
of Quittles.
And he said that he just doesn't know where it fits in the metagame, to which Garrett, typing as me,
yes,
says, it fits in the toilet.
I think that's the 2-mana flash guy bounty dude.
And Alex saying that the Primordial didn't do anything except be a 5/4 Death Touch.
Pretty good.
It's not Death Touch, it's Intimidate. And that's why he won the game, is because he can't block it ever.
I mean, it only did like 15 damage that game.
Huh?
It only did like 15 damage that game.
It only won the game. It's only literally the reason he won the game. 5/4 evasion is fine. Not to bust too many balls, but
I want to bust all the balls.
It's just very clearly won him the game. That's why he did good. So we've got about 8 minutes left. Once you interact with the chat, I'm going to see where we are standing outside.
We're tasked with talking about other stuff. So we're literally allowed to talk about anything except for what just happened. And yes, this entire time, I've been the one talking in the chat. It's not Zach, so... Well, Alec, you can realize this stuff. Like you could see that the Primordial has Intimidate instead of Death Touch if you were here. Same. But this sealed format is very, very terrible. I talked about this earlier. One of the main reasons I don't want to play today is because this very specific sealed format that they are using just for today is terrible, absolutely horrible. No one gets a good sealed pool out of this. No matter what guild you pick, no matter what secret guild you get, nobody gets a good sealed pool out of this. There might be the one person that lucks into having similar mechanics. Like we talked about, if you have Blood Rush Scavenge, or if you have Cypher and Extort, those are obviously good mechanics to have. But the card pool is just spread so thin that there's no consistency. Like if you pick Boros, you don't get a guaranteed, 1, 2, 3 curve, because you're getting cards from Return to Ravnica, where Boros wasn't around. You're getting cards like Concordia Pegasus. You're getting cards out of Dragon's Mace that don't fit with your Blood Rush, Battalion.
You suck in.
Go all in theme. So
I drew all 5 planes in my deck.
I'm still giggling at the Primordial didn't really do anything. That's not like a typical Magic like overreaction or whatever, but it's just funny.
Yep.
They're done. Everybody's done.
Okay.
Get this. Dave Snow lost.
Oh. Dave Snow Yen next round?
No. Joseph Deal.
Yeah.
Asked him what he was playing, and Dave said he's playing green, white, black, red. So,
Joseph has an insane pool.
he opens cards here's the thing. Joseph Deal is very good at playing Magic. He's perfectly fine. He's very he's technically sound, but he has the skill of opening sealed packs of Magic cards like no one I've ever met. The Wright brothers are pretty good. Jonathan Wright's pretty good at opening Magic cards as well. So we're getting the next pairings. I think I hear JB.
I don't want a hard match next round.
At some point, I'm going to have to break off for like 5 minutes to go finish Trader Joe's.
That's fine. You can literally do whatever you want. No one is.
I'm just giving you.
You're just not going to get paid for those 5 minutes.
I'm just going
I'm gonna give you a pro tip here, or break the news. You're also not going to get paid for any of the other minutes. So.
If you need to go to the bathroom, or anything like that, would be the time.
No, I just go in here, just all over the floor.
That's what the smell is. That's why the helmet smells like pee.
Mm-hmm. Last night, I was at the house, and my dog started chewing up the carpet. Never done that before. Just started tried to chew a hole in the carpet, in the middle of the carpet. Not like a rug and was chewing the edge of it. No, just dig a hole. What the hell, dog?
Which dog was it?
The little one, the newest one.
Oh. Which dog was it? Don't you have 3 little dogs?
Well, I have 2, they're all small, but 2 of them are much bigger than the other one.
Okay.
2 of them are 23 pounds, and one of them is 4 pounds.
Right. Well, I mean, I assume that your carpet is like a kind of similar to like a rib toy.
Yeah.
The texture to them.
It is. It is also seasoned with kibble.
Right. You also put catnip all over it.
I don't know what we do, but apparently we do something that encourages little Yorkshire Terrier to dig a hole in it. So who else do we got there? Round 3?
Yeah,
You're doing 4 rounds, right?
4 rounds.
All right.
Selesnya has won the maze, if anybody cares.
Hey! What do you have to do to win the maze? What's the thematics? Like, what is the...
Give JB $5.
I am playing
Ian at table 4.
I assume that there's some kind of like achievement things that each guild has to do. Whoever turns in the card first.
Oh, I was going to put this guy on, but then I realized that game would take 400 minutes.
Who's Jason Deal playing?
Sam Winslow. I don't know who Sam Winslow is, do you?
Nope. Carl Winslow's son?
Eddie
Family-
Winslow.
Is that Steve Urkel?
Yeah, Steve Urkel.